Morning, y'all. Geezer here. I had to take yesterday off. It rained off and on all day. It's terrible. Everything out here in the woods is wet and slippery this morning, but we're going to try something. Right or wrong, we're going to try something. So I'm back down here to where I was the other day trying to pull them logs out that the neighbor cut the root balls off for me. So that's the current project. So what I got going here today is I got the old hook on the truck. I came out on the mule with all the equipment and got everything set up, and then I walked up and got the truck because I'm pretty sure the mule ain't going to pull nothing today. It's too wet and slippery and everything else. So then what we got is no mechanical advantage here, change of direction. There's only one pulley in this setup that gives any mechanical advantage, to my knowledge. And those of you that know probably know better. But remember, I'm no rigging expert. I just do what I figured out and what I read and learned and what works for me. So, especially if you're a climber, don't take anything I said as gospel because you might fall out of the tree or off the rocks. Go seek a professional help. But at any rate, here we got another pulley, and it too is just functions as a change of direction. And then I did bring the choker cable down today and got it around the log over here. And what I want to do is pull the log out to about where that rock is, kind of in the middle here, so I can pull it on up the hill. And since the pull rope is tied off to the anchor tree over there, we only have a 2-to-1. Because when I pull with the truck, it's going to pull on this rope, and we'll say that's a force of 1. So if this is a force of 1, then this other one here is also a force of 1. So you got 1 and 1, and both applying a force of 2 to the log, 2-to-1. So that's just the way it is, I think. I may be wrong, and I may have to put on a 3-to-1 or a 4-to-1 to move it. I don't know. I'm thinking a 2-to-1 will do it since it's slippery out here this morning. The ground is damp and wet, and I didn't want to start off with a 3 or 4-to-1 and run out all that extra rope. Too many trips up and down the hill. So what we got then, one pulley for applying mechanical advantage right there on the choker cable to the anchor tree, up to the change of direction tree, and over to Old Red. All right, me and Old Red's going to be behind you. I'm going to go get an Old Red and try and pull it a little bit. And if it feels like it's pulling, I'll have to stop pretty shortly. I'm going to stop a lot and check to see, because I don't want to pull it too far. If I pull it too far, it'll be as bad off as it is now. So I just want to kind of get it out there in the middle so I can re-rig and pull it up the hill. So I know. Might be too wet to pull it with Old Red too. The trail is really slippery on this clay. But we'll see. 4-wheel drive is set and we're off. Get the rope tight. Truck just idling along. Now it stopped, so the rope must be tight. Give it a teeny bit of gas. Ease into it. As we've discussed before, backing up and getting the running start is what breaks the rope. All right, let me go look. I think I heard some movement. Let me come back and see what we got. Nothing broke that I can tell from here. If I did, it's down on the load. No, nothing broke. The log did move, and I think it moved as far as I wanted to move. Oh, yes. All right. Look good. We will take that. What do you think? We will take that. Yes. It's right about where I want it, right in the middle. Now, we'll re-rig things and see if we can pull it uphill. Yes, that'll be the harder part. Okay. I'll be back as soon as I get her set up and figured out. All right, I'm back. I got, to my thinking, a 2-to-1 tied to the log. And then I got the rope tied off to this anchor tree here. And then I routed it different up there. I routed it all the way across the lane to that tree up there, because the big tree I was pulling to, I think, was going to pull it too far off center again, get in trouble. So then I brought it back across the lane to another change of direction on this little tree. Hopefully it's big enough to hold the weight, and off to Old Red. Is it going to work? Don't know. So we'll see. The anchor tree is certainly big enough. Let me see if we can see here. On the anchor tree, can you see? Yeah, right there. Right next to where the rope's going up there. Right there is some barbed wire right in the middle of the tree. And that's a pretty good sized tree, so that barbed wire's been there a while. The stories it could tell, huh? Somebody had cows or something back here at some point in time. Who knows when? Alright, now let's see. If we can get lined up on the log here. Is this going to work? Ain't got a clue. I'm going to go try it though. There it is. Now you can see the log. Knock all this camera stuff down. Okay, here goes. I'm going up to Old Red and take out the slack and give it a little pull and see what happens. This one little tree here that's half dead that I got the last change of direction on, I'm concerned that it's going to pull off, break off. We'll see. I've uprooted them before, bigger ones, so. Alright, let the truck idle till it pulls all the slack out of the rope. I think we're there. Y'all let me know if the log's moving. Truck is struggling. I was hoping that wet ground would help the log move. We're spinning tires here. I better go back and take a look. Even in four-wheel drive, we was spinning tires. It's pretty wet. I don't know if we'll be able to do this or not in the wet. Let's see. Let me walk back here and look and see if it even looks like it moved at all. Nah, ain't gonna go. Got all four tires spinning. All we're gonna do is make a muddy mess. Let me study on this for a little bit. Give me a drink, catch my breath. And I'll bring you back when I got something figured out to try. Alrighty, I put a pulley up on the anchor tree and run the anchor rope or the pull rope down and tied it off on the load. So now we got a 3-to-1. And I moved the truck a little bit, quite a bit, to a different spot on the wet road where it's not quite as bad. See if that'll help. But now my tires are already packed up with slippery, slimy clay mud from where it slipped before. So I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll try it and see. Here I am, getting in the truck. Let her idle along here till all the slack's out of the rope. Which appears to be about now. I think it's pulling. Something's moving. I feel a load. Truck is really working hard here. But I can feel it pulling. And okay, I'm up in the wood yard and hit that stuff where all the debris is, so it don't want to move anymore. So we'll back up and go see where we're at. See what the next move is going to be. Might be just time to shorten up the rope and pull some more, huh? Or fire up a chainsaw and go down and trim up the top. I was kind of looking at it earlier this morning. It didn't look like it's going to need as much trimming as I thought. So I'd like to get it all the way up before I do that. Oh yeah, I can see the end of the log. It's just before the camera. Just there about to crest the hill. So we're looking good. Came a long ways. Well, I sure didn't put enough slack in the rope, or else when I did, the log slipped back down the hill just a share. That may be, because it's pretty steep right here in front of the camera. So, let me see. Yeah, buddy. Right there. Hot diggity dog. It's a long one. Goes. Them little branches sticking up there, they're part of it, so. Let's see if we can get it up towards the trail more before I get the saw out to start trimming that, so. Come a long ways that time. That's good. I'm happy. If it don't slide all the way back down now when I put some slack in the rope. So, yeah, that's going to be an issue, huh? All right. I'll be back when I get it figured out. All right, what I done, I had to change the anchor tree. Anchor tree was that big one right there, but it was going to pull the log too far off to the side. So I brought the cable up here, something this morning. There's no good trees right around here in line with where I want to pull it to. But this one was kind of close, so I put it on there. Here's the pulley. So we'll see. We'll see if it'll come up here anywhere near close to where I want. So get you set up here. And let's see. There's the log. So you have a wide view here. I'll go, the truck's sitting right here, right next to you. We'll go pull it and see if it'll go. If I can get it up over that ridge, the edge of the drop-off area, then I think we can handle it easier. But who knows? I'll let the truck idle until it takes all the slack out of the rope. Even then, I'll have to ride the brake a little bit. It's idling fast. It's ready to go. It's like my dog heading out for a walk. I'm in a hurry. All right, truck quit moving, so I'm thinking the rope's tight. We'll give it a little gas and see what happens. I think it's moving. Maybe not. Truck ain't moving no more. There we go. Truck is struggling. Uh-oh, something broke. Did I break the anchor tree? Something broke loudly. It wasn't the rope because it didn't go slack. So let me go see. Let me go see what we broke. Yeah, it must have been something there. It's just the top I was pulling by that big root ball. Something must have got hung up and broke there, I guess. I don't know. This all looks Good. So we'll go try pull some more. Here we go. All right, I think the log's moving. I feel weight on the truck. Uh-oh. Truck lost traction and slid sideways. So, probably what I'm going to have to do is reset the rope and get back up the top of that little hill again. Yeah. It pulled up there pretty good ways. All right, let me put you guys on pause, and I'll shorten up the rope and back the truck up. There's just a little rise right here, seems to help take off and get going. So, and we'll try some more. Now that it's kind of coming over the hilltop there, maybe it'll be easier to pull. I forgot I moved the camera. That's what happens when you deal with a geezer brain. Okay, I'll be back shortly. All right, I think we're back. I got the rope shortened up and got some of the slack out of it. We got old Red right here. And get hooked up, and we'll give it a pull here and see if it's going to work. See if we can get it on up. If we can get the butt end of that log on up here to the trail, would be really nice. But I don't know if it's going to work since the anchor tree is so far over to the left here. It might keep pulling the log too far to the left. I might have to try something else in a bit. But we'll try pulling some more and see what we get. Of course, trying to bring this up into one area where there ain't no big trees lined up. Story of my life. Truck idle until it don't go no more. So that tells us all the slack's out of the rope. Which seems to be about now. Here we go. See if the log slides and not the truck. Truck's sliding. Well, not so. This ain't no good. We're getting in a fine predicament here again now. I'm going to have to unpredicament this. Show you what we got. Then you can go get a coffee. I don't think the log moved a bit. Truck slipped to the left, so that's an issue. I'm going to have to fix this. I'll be back. All right, back again. Added a pulley on each end, so now we got a 5-to-1. And if this don't pull this time, if the truck wants to slip in the wet, then I'm going to give up for today and wait for a couple of days till it dries a little bit. The way the wind's blowing today, things might dry out kind of quick. But we'll see if we can do something with this 5-to-1. Kind of thinking maybe my truck's been eating too much soy. All right, I think it's moving. I can just see the red pulley on the end of the truck, end of the log coming up close to the lane there. I'm down to the wood yard. Up to the sloppy part of the wood yard, getting through it. I can just see the end of the log coming up to the trail. Whoop. I let off the gas to get a good look in the mirror and lost the traction. So, but the thing is, we did gain a bunch this time. I went with a 5-to-1 earlier. Make a mental note. When the trails are wet, 5-to-1. This little scrubby tree might survive. Here we go. It's kind of pulling over towards the anchor tree here. But if we can get the end of the log up to here, let me think on this for a little bit and see what I can decide to do. That was a successful run. Come up quite a bit into the trails right there. Be right back. Alrighty. What I did is I eliminated them 2 change of direction pulleys that was up there and put just one here on this tree with them 2 pulleys. There's 3 pulleys there now. One last was just change of direction. Hooked them to old red, and we'll see if we can get the end of that log up here to the trail now. And I was able to get the truck farther back. It's on a little incline there, so that'll help. It's going downhill. I tried to get out as much slack by hand as I could, but there's still some in it. So we'll have to let that get out, and then we'll see what we got from there. Oh, and the mirror looks like it's right to the edge of the trail. Let me stop and get out and take a look. Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to want to leave it right there because I can still drive the truck and the mule by. So I get ready. And tomorrow I'll go down, trim off the top, and start pulling them other ones up. I think I'll just pull them all up to here if I can. And let's go down and to the edge there and take a look and see what the top looks like now that we pulled it up through there and how much broke off and all that good stuff. Well, here's the top. Got a little trimming to do. I can do that tomorrow. And then the roo ball now has got half the top's missing, and then right down to that big rock that was buried in it. So that might be why it was so hard to get started this morning. Branches were hung over. Then we got 2 or 3 more big branches down there to pull up. So still plenty of work to do. Won't get no work done Thursday, so I got to go to Cincinnati to the spine surgeon, and then the University of Cincinnati Health Center, their cancer center. They accepted me, made an appointment for Thursday, right after my other doctor's appointment, to evaluate my cancer and see what we can do from there. I told them, I said, I'm getting tired of playing the games here. I need to get more aggressive. And they said, don't blame you. Come on in. We'll see what we can do. So, okay. So we'll see. Guess we'll know more Thursday. But if it ain't raining in the morning, I'll be back out here at this same spot, carrying on. You know what to do. Friday, 0600. See you there.